So, to recap, a little bit before um, last session, you guys were investigating. You found a seemingly unconscious child in the streets of Ankashar. Questioning him, Martin Constance noticed a residue, which, upon further investigation, led back to several blacksmiths in the area, from which you guys had found an underground tunnel beneath the city of Ankashar, leading to a small gathering of individuals from the cult of Tiamat, under some sort of ritual group gathering, the specifics of which are unknown at the moment. Combat ensued for a great deal of time. The arbiter of the gathering, this black figure who stepped out of the fire and it seemingly turned into a fairly large black dragon, kept you at bay for several hours until her inevitable demise at the hands of basically every member of the party, with Martin Constance coming in at the last second and dealing the killing blow. Well, the whole sort of sequence of actions was a killing blow. Martin got the last hit. Investigating the scene initially, Martin and his men, you guys had taken a moment to take a rest by a small pond that was near a small gathering of water in the cave system. Reminiscing, or not really reminiscing, but taking a breather. It was at this time that I believe it was Erosi that found documents pertaining to the amulet.
Yeah.
The same amulet that was held in close regard by Ildor's father. And was passed down to him, and that what initially brought the party together. That amulet...
Kind of a bomb.
Yeah, kind of a bomb.
Yep.
That amulet was forked over in Jaluth, where it was sent to Genjudos in Yosemite.
I actually have the guy's name that we gave it to, too, still. If that helps.
Was
somewhere.
it? Yeah.
Hold on. I know I have it.
It should be under PC.
Melora Court, I think.
Melora Court. That sounds
Melora
familiar.
Court. That's what I have here. Or Melora Cordis, something like that.
Yeah. Melora Court. They were your sort of point of contact. If you were to ever like trace your, steps back, you had the magic.
The Arcana Guild.
The Arcana Guild. Basically, that you could go back on. If needed. If you seemingly in character didn't remember the name. However,
I wrote it down.
The documents that were obtained in that cave and from the gathering of the cult of Tiamat indicated that the cult of Tiamat were utilizing these amulets. I think there were 5 in total, and each of them created by the Van Wall in order to essentially, in this particular amulet's case, sort of reconstruct the environment in terms of weather and various things relating to that aspect, which struck a chord with Ildor, though you weren't here. I'm assuming you had a chance to look over the documents.
Yeah.
Ildor. Do you have any thoughts before I kind of say anything? I don't want to put any words in Ildor's mouth. I have an idea of what I think Ildor might have felt in the moment, but I was curious what Ildor might be thinking at that moment upon finding that out.
Like they were looking for the amulet.
Yeah, that the amulet had really anything to do with what the cult of Tiamat were sort of doing.
Concerned. Because, they, in the past, the party had brought up, that we're not sure what the Arcana Guild is going to do with it. and now we really don't know what's happened to it since it's gone to Yosemite. Although based on the document that we have, it looks like it's like not marked, right? They have like a couple of them like X'd out, right? But they don't have our amulet X'd out, I guess. So that means that he probably wouldn't think that they have their hands on it, but he definitely feels worried that it may become a target soon if they become aware of its location and who possesses it.
Yeah, naturally. And I think this was the first time you really, probably for you and maybe for the rest of the party, sort of had some indication of what the thing did.
Yeah.
And how that might kind of circle back to what happened to your father. Upon obtaining that information is kind of where we left off. Now, where we pick it up today is several days afterwards. Going into sort of what the aftermath was at that point. You guys had rested. Detective Constance was still investigating the area with his men and the PD of Akashar. You eventually made your way back to the Emerald Palace in the early morning hours of that day. Upon AAPD, yeah. Upon arriving at the Emerald Palace, you had explained everything to the aide of I forget his name, the aide to Lord Fair Isle. In this span of a few days, because of Lord Fair Isle's schedule, he has promised private quarters with you to discuss firsthand what happened. Also, the Heart of the Sea, or one of the Hearts of the Sea, to finally fork that over and to have a general kind of open discussion privately about everything going on. The two Tritons that ventured to Yosemite returned approximately 3 days after you guys had left the caves. They have been under intense questioning, but you've been assured that they're fine. They've just discovered some information that might help further what's going on here, and then the overall sort of problem of not only missing children in Ankashar, but the cult of Tiamat as a whole. So, the party had about 5 days of reflection. Within this time, Carlisle, along with the help of everybody else here, really wanted to figure out some of the party's many unanswered questions. Maybe not as far as unanswered, but maybe some mysteries that they still haven't figured out or they're wondering. So with the party's help, Carlisle he divulged a lot of information to several scholars and historians, telling his story, I guess from his perspective, on what you guys have encountered in his stay and what he's heard, to try to basically fill in the gaps of this story.
I will be right back.
Sure. So, I will make a note. This meeting, what is about to take place, is about 6 hours prior to the arrival of the Tritons from Yosemite. Pilaf, the Emerald Palace's resident librarian slash historian, along with Amon, is gathering the party together with Carlisle to discuss some of the things in your travels that you've encountered, and to answer any big questions that anybody might have as well. for instance, Ildor's seeing stone that he has, his box of stones, was highly investigated thoroughly. Along with the amulet, the Vanois people, the markings on your bodies, sort of aspects of what's been going on that may not have been fully divulged. So, bring us here. I will attempt.
We're in the cafe.
Yes.
I just saw a man fly across the screen.
That was Carlisle.
Hot tip: if you hold down M when moving NPCs, it will teleport them.
I did not know that.
That is something I forget about frequently.
I never knew that. That's actually hugely helpful.
Ryan's like, damn it, Basic, why didn't you tell me this?
No, that's huge. Actually, I'm just gonna start using that now. It should be automatic. I don't know why you have to hold M, but
It's specifically M. It's like one of those awkward places of the keyboard too.
I'm going to make a track change. It's like too crazy. So, Carlisle has basically gathered the party, and explained that he told the story of what had happened with you guys and what's been going on in the downtime awaiting Lord Fair Isle's private quarters to kind of resolve the situation here at the Emerald Palace and really Commodora as a whole. Probably not gonna work, but there we go. If I can click off.
The Lord Fair Isle?
No, this is Amon and Pilaf.
Ah.
If you haven't already, bring yourselves up to full health.
Yeah, we all rested.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Replenish any spell slots or anything.
And did we level?
No, not yet.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I still have myself as level 6. I didn't want to...
Yeah, you guys should
I
still
see.
be level 6.
I see you made the bag of holding.
Yes, I did.
It has 420
yeah.
charisma.
Wait, what?
God damn, bro.
69 strength, 69 dex.
Can I be the
69
bag of
thought.
holding?
Oh, I might have did that. Yeah.
Can I trade
I
stats?
did that.
Yeah, I wish to sacrifice myself to the bag of holding.
By the way, I don't remember doing that. You guys all should have access to that, by the way.
Yeah.
So start like moving shit there that you want in there. I think you guys, everybody should.
Okay, sick.
I don't think I have anything that I want to keep in there, and Arion doesn't usually keep a whole lot of belongings.
Yeah, same, honestly.
But as
Oh,
we
well,
find things, I'll allow people to put them in there. But for the most part, what an Arion keeps in his pockets are like the normal things that he'd want.
Also,
I should...
who is carrying the bag of holding?
it's
think
not me.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
We'll have
Sure.
an area.
I'd say I'll take it because I'm not usually. I mean, I can be upfront with everybody, but I feel like Arosi shouldn't, just because he gets melee smacked quite a bit.
Yep.
We don't want to get torn or anything, and I do get. I mean, I eat my fair share, but you know.
You're not exactly the one who's getting hit. That's usually
Yeah.
a roasty.
Yeah, I will hold on to it if nobody else would like to.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I got the box of rocks at the PTSD stone.
Also,
Man, we can fit
one
a
of the
whole
more
tent in there?
reasonable
Fuck.
members of the
I've
party.
put a whole tent in there. I'm not sure if
Holy
I can
shit.
fit a whole tent in there, actually, now that I think about it.
We'll say yes.
We'll say yes. It's a one-man tent, so.
Pilaf and Amon make their way from the ramparts, making their way to the garden. And as they step up, it's a beautiful day here in Akashar. You've had plenty of time to rest. There's been plenty of time to kind of reflect and determine what the next move is. And that's something we're going to get to a little bit later at some point, obviously. But as of right now, Carlisle, Amon, and Pilaf just kind of wanted to gather everybody to have some sort of debrief, I suppose. Walking up, Amon is the first to speak.
That's good because Pilaf really can't talk.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. He can barely
This is
think,
ideal.
but he's really smart. I don't know how I've designed this character, by the way. I want Pilaf to be like so fucking intelligent. Like, I mean, so he is like really fucking intelligent, but he's also dumb. Like, I don't. It's hard with
No,
Kenku.
Kenku can still. They're still intelligent. They just their vocal cords make them unable to speak like normal people and have these kind of conversations.
No. So that they have very, very short-term memory.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
That must not be-
really difficult to play a
Huh.
Kenku by the
Yeah.
book. Yeah, you can't talk.
Interesting.
You can't have like, you can't be short-term memory. Like it's
I'm just imagining Pilaf would just walk up and he's like,
yeah. He's a very interesting Kenku. He's like really smart and can like very versatile, do a bunch of shit. But he's also like just a librarian at the fucking.
So
place.
he's autistic, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he's Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. So yeah, just to put that in perspective, like he's
got very high functioning autism.
He's an elevated Kenku. Amon
Ascended Kenku.
steps up. There have been some things that we found out, some of which you might already know, but nevertheless, we try to answer as many questions with the scholars and historians that we have here at the Emerald Palace. Iljur. The amulet that was described in the etchings. You obtained that from your father, correct? Or was it your mother?
that is correct, yeah. Yeah, we don't have that anymore though.
Did you observe any strange occurrences like you're experiencing with your mother while she had it, or while it was in your guys' possession?
I mean, it did do this kind of weird flashing thing. You guys remember when it did the weird flashing thing?
Yeah, it began
It
to
did
glow
It
once.
did glow a couple, once or twice.
Well, I mean, with your markings, are you aware of your mother having one at all?
No, none of us have experienced anything similar. Like, I haven't accidentally scryed on my mother. That type of thing's never really happened. It's not really come up in
It's just
conversation.
been among us. 5.
Yes.
It was kind of a bomb, so, we didn't really.
Either you need to stop describing it like that, or you're gonna get us kicked out of another city.
We don't have it anymore.
That doesn't
Marion.
matter.
They can't
It's not
kick us
getting
out for a thing that we
out
don't
of the
have.
city. We did get kicked out of the
Just
city.
try
It
to
was more of
avoid
we weren't
comparing
allowed.
things to bombs,
Yes.
please.
Hey, well,
Even if it's
just
kinda.
yeah. Even though it's a pretty good description, I guess it's fine. I just won't say it anymore.
It was actually a terrible description, by the way.
It was.
But anyways,
Yeah.
this amulet, of course, we know now, has some sort of capabilities of changing the environment. And right now we're investigating abnormalities around the world.
Well,
At least what might seem abnormal in the areas of Falkirk and Caldera. Perhaps this amulet was in use. I don't want to make any
have you
accusations.
reached out to the Arcanas Guild in Yosemite?
We've sent word, but we haven't heard anything yet.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because, as far as we know, they're the ones that should have their hands on it right now.
Yes. Well, that is neither confirmed or unconfirmed, but the history. We're still not quite sure what happens upon its usage, if it has any effects on the wearer, or really how to use it at this point. But what we do know is that it was created by the Vanois, along with many of the other amulets that have strange properties.
Yeah.
This amulet also caused markings to appear on your abdomen that allowed you to scry to one another. Upon our investigation, we learned that the Vanois people also had markings, just like yourselves.
All of them.
According to history, and any sort of documentation we can find. This
Maybe that's why they
matter.
were so powerful.
This matter might hold. This might provide some sort of connection, or some way for you and those connected to the Vanois to utilize these amulets. Which
Who else
leads-
do you know connected to the Vanois, other than us?
None at the moment. But if the cult of Tiamat has already 3 of these, surely they must have somebody that can utilize them. Have any of you ever scried upon a stranger?
No one other than us 5 that I
You,
know
Ryan?
of.
What's that?
Like, I mean, has that ever happened?
Not to you, not in
No.
your awareness. I don't.
Okay.
Not that I've described. I don't think.
No.
Not,
Just
not
us
that, not that I know of.
Perhaps an avenue
Yeah.
of approach is to investigate members of the cult and see if we can find out if there's anybody connected to the Vanois like yourselves. Establish some sort of connection. Attempt through Arcana to scry on an individual, if that's even possible. If there's even an inkling of magic blocking it, it's worth a try. But again, this is just theory crafting here. Something that was brought up to us was your stone, Iljor. Now, I'm not gonna ask why you kept a box of stones, but this one seemed very interesting.
Oh, you mean the trauma rock?
Yes, as you dubbed it.
That's inside the bag of holding. I point over to Narion.
I thought he confiscated it, didn't he?
He did, but he gave it back.
Okay.
They investigated it and they eventually gave it back. Under investigation, it appears that the stone sees well into the past, specifically a battle that took place on the plains of Orgoth. I'm gonna try to find a description. It's somewhere in my fucking notes. Oh. Wait. The stone, being a vision stone, was from a soldier in the Arid army. The lands in the vision point to Orgoth, or Jorokai, some 1,200 years ago or so. If you know nothing about Orgoth and Jorokai, they are constantly at war. Constantly. This particular war that you've dived into through the stone was between the people of Orgoth and Jorokai.
How do you spell Jurukai? Sorry.
Drorukkai, HAI.
Okay, thank you.
A fleet of dragons came down upon the lands and ravaged many members of both the Jorokai army and the Orgoth army. And for the first time in recorded history, they made a pact to destroy the dragons, which they did. At least they assumed that they destroyed them all. That part of the war was left unwritten. But the Seeing Stone provides a glimpse into the inside of what might have happened during those brief few seconds, and gave us a better picture on what the times were like. So for that, we thank you. What you do with that information is completely up to you. I don't know if the stone has additional visions or additional pockets of information that might hold other details, but
Us facing this cult of dragons, I mean, that's no coincidence that we managed to stumble upon a rock that dates back that far, describing a battle against a fleet of dragons, an army of dragons.
I mean,
An army of dragons is unheard of in today's day and age.
honestly, it really was pure chance, man.
You say that, but fate has brought us together on things more than once in this time.
I suppose you could call it fate in this case.
coincidences do happen. But,
They do, but we've run into so many.
well, maybe those lands and historians of that area might be of greater help to you in your journey. I only know as much as Carlisle and a few of you have told us, so. If you do choose to investigate any further, which, as of right now, there is seemingly no connection between what had happened on the plains of Jorokai and Orgoth to what you're experiencing now, though now that you mention it, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I have to go help Megan get inside real quick with the baby. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have my headset though.
You might want to
Man, that
investigate.
Nick guy just getting up and walking away.
Follow me.
Yeah, right.
You might want to investigate the bases of Mount Redursk and Mount Gilgorn, as that's
Gilgork.
Gilgorn, as that's what we believe to have seen in the vision. Orgoth and Jorokai are spotted with mountains. It's a lot of plains, but there are several mountains that carve themselves out and are easy to spot. Anyways. The cult of Tiamat is doing something unprecedented in the world. Not just Ankashar. That which we know of now. What happens when they obtain all the amulets? If they obtain all the amulets? One could only speculate, but at this point, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Tiamat herself might conjure. Where, when they plan to hold this gathering is unknown. My best advice to you is to just tread lightly. Are there any questions or anything that has boggled your minds that maybe I have forgotten? I'm sure Carlisle has divulged much, but
Is there
Something
anybody
that's-
else?
You
Go,
feel free to
Joe.
go ahead, Orosi. I can go next.
Beyond this, beyond the Emerald Palace here, who else has access to this information?
just those within the confines of the building. Anybody that we've dealt with has been a close member of the Emerald Palace. Internal historians, internal scholars.
The notes that we've picked up made mention of clans, although I had to have a guess.
What notes do you speak of?
The loose note for more clans and organizations shall heed our message.
Upon reading that, it is our best judgment that the clans and organizations of the world, however you might describe organizations such as certain guilds, groups of people in governments, we believe, to the best of our knowledge, at least what we can ascertain from the information, was just a general saying.
I see. My clan has never venerated Tiamat, but there are those who have. Wariness.
So my real thought process here was that if we can get that amulet back, I'm sure if we could manage to send a delegation to the Undercity again, we might actually be able to get the amulet destroyed for good. That was our original course of action when we had the amulet the first time, before we, kind of screwed it up. But if
don't
we sent
deep gnomes hold grudges and remember things very clearly?
They
like
are
that?
very well
I
known.
didn't
Threats
say that it would
like
be
that.
any of us.
Amon
Sylvia.
turns to Carlisle and he says, Deep Gnome, grudges. You left that part of the story out. What happened?
Tell him, Iljor.
So our original course of action, which with how chaotic and dangerous we knew the amulet to be, our first goal was to destroy the amulet permanently. And deep within the gnomish city there,
I thought it was
gnomish
no,
city,
Durgar.
I thought it was Duragar,
Suppose.
yeah.
Durgar.
the deep gnomes, yeah.
They're dwarf.
They're
Deep
dwarves.
dwarves. What? Sorry, you're all
They're
very,
subterranean and they're
you're all
small.
very short to me. I apologize. But basically, our understanding was that they have a orb of annihilation within their city somewhere, and we were going to utilize that to fully and completely, basically, remove the necklace from existence. So that was kind of our plan. And then when we got to the door, we said some things we probably shouldn't have, and they didn't let us in.
Couple of individuals amongst the party whose names are Iljor and Carlisle
Now,
decided to use some
Narion,
choice words.
There's no need to throw names around, okay?
I
We all remember what happened. Okay, we don't need to bring it up again.
well, somebody was asking about it, so
And it's kind of relevant.
it is very relevant.
But that was my point as to us sending a delegation from Ankashar here to the Deep Gnomes, so it's not it's not attached with us. We're not going to be the ones involved with the Deep Gnomes.
But all I'm
Be
saying
honest.
is that if another group of people come up with some amulet they want to get rid of,
They're gonna be suspicious.
yeah.
Yes, I
at least that
understand
much.
that, but I'm sure that they would consider a delegation from Ankashar to be much more trustworthy than us random ass adventurers
It's
trying to
possible.
knock on their door.
You don't
With
understand how the
actually
Durgar work.
sending
It doesn't matter if you're from a settlement or not. They would rather leave their doors shut all the time. They don't care how reputable Lord Fair Isle and his people are. It didn't matter. They're equals to us. They don't care.
You'd have to have an infiltration specialist to get in, and that's assuming they can.
Or find a Durgar that could do it for us. But either way,
Any Duragar in this palace?
yeah, something tells
I'm
me
afraid
there's
not.
I wouldn't think
so.
so.
It's been years
Either
since
way-
I've seen a Duragar in the lands of Kamadora.
If we found this amulet again, I don't know that I would be comfortable parting with it once again, knowing what I know now. I'm beating myself up for not convincing you to let me have it in the first place, Iljor, so that we could keep it safer.
I'm beating us up for the fact that we didn't destroy it when we had the opportunity.
Carlisle
So-
steps in, it butts in, actually very abruptly. Let's not cast blame.
I cast no blame.
I understand.
I
Anyway, I
Go ahead.
understand.
Go ahead.
I just don't want things to elevate because we've made mistakes and
We have.
it is what it is. So proceeding forward, can we keep on track with what the future is and everything that happened in Doomcore and what the regrets we might have?
I simply state that if we were to come into possession with this again, I don't think we should part with it.
Especially since, assuming they need all 5, as long as we're alive and holding on to the amulet, they won't
We
be
are a
able
target.
to complete whatever ritual they need.
We're a target either way. Have you seen what happened to
Right.
us when we went to Starstrider Hold? There's probably countless organizations looking for us now.
Yeah.
For different reasons possibly,
Yeah,
but
that's
either way,
probably fair.
it doesn't matter. I say we. Going into Starstrider Hold, I painted a target on our back for at least one organization. Us having that amulet, and anybody knowing that we've had that amulet puts us in danger.
Yeah, that's true.
Who knows how
Does anyone
widespread
know the
this
whereabouts of the other amulet that's missing?
Wasn't there 3?
There's
No, they
5.
had 3.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 that are not in their possession. One of them being the green one, the one that brought us together.
Amon, taking in kind of everybody having the discussion upon that question. We are unsure of the whereabouts of the other amulet. Based on the information, the one that you had in your possession is in Genjudas. That is still being investigated. It may not even be there anymore. The other amulet is somewhere in Hrathen. It may even be in their possession now. Who knows?
Have we attempted to do any type of scrying on that amulet?
Scrying is an interesting procedure. If it's all speculation at this point. We have an image inscribed on a paper.
Well, I mean, the only thing I was thinking, possibly you may be able to use the magic that has affected us as kind of like a link back to this Vanois magic. And possibly somehow be able to use these markings and this connection that we all have to be able to trace back to its origin.
I completely agree, and that's why I asked if you had scryed on any strangers or any individuals that you weren't familiar with outside of the group. If that happens, if you scry on somebody that is unknown, take down any details that you can. Architecture, language, something that we can get a lead on. We have nothing at this point.
Alright, I'm gonna try and scry right now.
Well, maybe us knowing that it's possible for us to scry on strangers, maybe that knowledge alone will allow it to happen. Erosi has always been the best at
This is like
pinpointing
right where I'm
it.
standing. I'm just gonna go like crisscross applesauce on the ground.
Uljor attempts to scry. Arosi, in your times of scrying, it was like you had slots for, like, say, a game or something, and in each of these slots were the members of the party. Now, you weren't aware of any other slots because if there were, you didn't feel like you could ever know that. So there was never really it never really felt like an option that you would be able to scry on someone else.
It wasn't even considered.
Correct.
But now we know that it's an option.
You know that it is possible. It is
It's a possibility.
It's very possible that, much like in a universe outside of the universe, that there are slots that several people, or maybe many people, might fill that you do not have access to.
But
That
it's just
means-
purely theoretical right now.
Yes.
That means it's possible for another to see us, for strangers to be spying on us, possibly at this very moment.
I mean, if some Vanois people are still alive, then
The Vanwa
It-
were wiped out ages ago.
It wouldn't need to be the Vanois people. It could be somebody like us that's come into contact with this amulet, who now has markings like this that we don't know about, but they could know about us.
that's true.
Or even the other amulet, possibly. We don't know how they all work necessarily.
Isn't there some magics that could check to see if we're being watched?
Yeah, but I mean, have we ever had any evidence of anyone else? Like, have any of us been able to sense when we are being scryed upon by each other? I'm wondering if this type of magic may bypass any type of, since it's inscribed into our bodies. I think
don't
it may
think I
be able
ever
to
have.
bypass those kinds of protections.
At this point, I don't remember if I've said it in the past or have made a direct judgment on. I think in the initial scrying process, if you were to scry on somebody, they wouldn't know. But as you have acquainted yourselves for the last few months, in the process of learning that you can scry on one another up until now, there is some sort of inkling that you are being watched through. But that is like within the party. It's highly everybody in the party can pretty much basically come together and say that if someone else was watching, you wouldn't know. Because if you remember, during that year-long hiatus time span where you guys were apart, you guys slowly started to be able to get the even when you came back together with Orosi was like, yeah, I knew where you guys were. I was scrying on you. And at that point, you guys had no idea. So,
Yeah.
if you don't know the person and someone is watching through you, you would not know.
Mm.
It's not only a magical connection, but it's also a very personal one at some level. When you get kind of that inkling, that kind of tickling in the back of your mind that someone else's eyes are yours. Or your eyes are somebody else's.
What is my scrying?
It's with close proximity to everybody here. Your scrying takes you. It's probably about a second and a half of you, basically like a slideshow through Anarian, Orosi, Carlisle, and Sylvia's eyes. Just and it's just kind of like this panorama.
Like flipping through the pages of a book.
Yeah, like this panorama of this nice, peaceful gazebo that you're all currently standing under. But it only lasts for a second.
Well, I would give it a shot. But this place does look very nice, even through your guys' eyes.
Probably not.
Yeah, perhaps we need to do more experimentation with this scrying. I don't know if we've ever all scryed at once.
We haven't.
It's possible.
That's kind of what I was thinking when I was speaking of like attempting to trace the magic back. I'm like, if all of us tried to scry together at once, concentrating all of this energy from the Vanwa magic.
Maybe it'll have nowhere else to go but to somebody not here.
You give it
Yeah.
a try.
I mean, we are all here.
Go for it. Orosi gets sat down into somewhat of a meditative pose to scry.
Sylvia does
I-
as well.
I vote that we hold hands.
Okay. Sure. If it'll help you, then I guess we can.
You tell me you're gonna draw some runes on the ground now too.
No,
No, that's
it's
my
about
job.
it's about the
okay.
connection between us. I'm solidifying that magical connection with a physical connection.
Anarion will like kneel in a semicircle with everybody, but he won't reach out to grasp anyone's hands. He kind of takes a knee and sits on the back of his heels.
Marion, always so
With
edgy.
his, yeah.
Someone touch an Arian on the leg.
I gotta live up to it. All right.
As you
Someone
all
put their hand on an Arian somewhere.
as you all gather around to concentrate on your scry, everyone kind of holding hands or grasping onto one another. Ildjor concentrates, Orosi, Sylvia, Carlisle, and at the very last second, Ildjor grasps Anarian's leg, completing the connection. In a swift sort of flash, the eyes, you see sort of a bird's eye view of the gazebo shoot out into deep space for a second. Your vision comes upon a flickering light down a dark hallway. The sounds of shoes be heard echoing down the long cobblestone hall as you come upon the visions, seeing through the eyes of an individual making their way down this corridor, just walking and walking. Though this vision is only in an instant, it feels like this individual has walked forever. An odd feeling in the vision comes.
Whoa.
Well,
Well,
recognize that.
The details of what had just happened, you are unsure of who the person was, what even race they were. You got a rough idea of how tall they were. The cobblestone markings, or the cobblestone walls, didn't indicate any sort of architecture that would be different.
All the details were just fleeting, more or less.
Yes, it was very fuzzy, and there's no like outstanding sort of
like identifiable marker.
yes, but the feeling was very foreign.
Very other.
Well, we did see through someone else's eyes.
Rosie, you've
No
always
one we
been better
know.
with the location. You have any idea?
It did work.
I was hoping somebody else had an idea, but no.
All we know is a dark hallway and someone, whoever we were looking through, was walking down that corridor, and it only lasted about a second, I would guess, but it felt like a long time.
Carlisle stops for but a moment. You can see he, visibly as you look upon him, just came out of the vision. As if you might recall, Carlisle has the ability to scry for just a tad bit longer than everybody else. The individual, I heard a voice. I don't know if it was human. It could have been a half-orc or a dragonborn. But it definitely didn't sound like an elf. And I'm fairly certain it wasn't a human. If that narrows anything down, I mean...
Could you make out any words at all?
It sounded like, based on structure, it was common, but it was like it was going in and out. I didn't really get any words, just based on the way the mouth moved, the way that it was saying the words. It wasn't akin to certain dialects. It was very normal.
When our strength returns, should we try it with the rock in hand?
Perhaps.
That
I don't
may
know if it
be-
has any links to Vanwa magic, but
that may be dangerous. I don't know how concentrating this type of chaotic magic with that dark stone.
you also may have
Either
to
way.
concentrate on multiple things at once, which I'm not
Yeah,
so
are you
sure is
talking about the Seeing
possible.
Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, the PTSD rock.
Yeah,
PT.
you tried
I
that.
thought that there was a mention.
Yeah, you tried that in
tried it.
Jaluth. It was either Jaluth or Thaldor. You tried it, but you had to concentrate on either one. You couldn't concentrate on both.
I see. Okay.
So like, what if we have everyone sit in a circle? One person holds the PTSD rock, and everyone else scries.
Seems rather.
Elaborate.
Well, you've had two people scry at the same time before, I believe, in the party, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
to your knowledge, 3 wouldn't make any sort of difference, or 4 wouldn't make any more of a difference. But you haven't tried it. But it would. One person would be still concentrating on the stone.
We give this another try at some point.
Were we contacted by anyone when we entered the palace about talking to Lord Fair
Yeah. So after you guys had left the cave, Lord Fair Isle, in his schedule and what he was doing and everything, was going to meet with you guys in private quarters in approximately 5 days. This meeting right now is taking place 3 days after the whole ordeal with the dragon.
Okay.
We still have a couple days to wait. Okay.
Got
2
it.
more days till Lord Fair Isle time.
Yeah, like approximately 48 hours. You will sit down in private quarters with Lord Fair Isle, do a debrief with him, and assumingly acquire one of the hearts of the sea, and
Beeps.
go from
Sorry.
there. But in the interest of time, Iman and Pilaf say their parting words, and to let them know if you guys have any questions. They have the best scholars and historians in the Emerald Palace, and so any questions relating to history, barring any sort of specifics, that case by case basis sort of thing, they could probably answer. Again, on the character of Pilaf, dude is a crazy genius, but he's best utilized for answering sort of questions like that. They say their parting words allow you to kind of reflect and actually have these conversations and scribe more if you'd like, and do whatever you wish to do. But they eventually take their leave.
I would like to speak to them privately at some point on in this time frame between right now and when we meet Lord Fair Isle.
Okay. If nobody else has any words, we will fast forward to later that night, where lights turn on. We'll get one of these things going. Anarian, you know that Iman and Pilaf are currently in Iman's quarters. Well, not really his
Okay.
quarters, but where he stays. Everybody else can kind of take, I mean, assumingly take this time to do as you wish.
I'm going to go seek counsel with the court plant lady.
Okay.
Sylvia's just gonna go to her.
Because we talked about
room.
getting some magical plants, and I don't remember if that ever came to fruition.
Perhaps looking for that D&D ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Trying to fucking, sauce up our enemies so they
He's trying
get
to see
high
God.
as fuck. Now I'm trying to make our enemies see God so we can stab
shit.
them in the throat.
Oh, I'll make sure they see God
Yeah.
by stabbing him in the throat.
Game's on pause. You guys can move now. My bad.
Okay. I don't remember exactly where that is. Is it upstairs?
It is not.
Oh.
It is on the northeast side of the building on the floor you're currently on.
Northeast. So up in. Oh, I remember. Where all the tables and shit are.
Where the artifact room, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, am I? How am I?
That should be a
I
two
keep
wide
fucking
open
with
line.
Iljor. I was moving Iljor.
Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I gotta give.
I
missions
had
back.
I had control of Iljor still.
Ryan, also, you should remove this wall. This is deceptive.
What wall?
Right here.
Oh.
Huh?
Because from the outside, this looks like it should be a two wide opening.
Just look at the wall.
It's fine to me. Yeah, you can see the wall.
Not.
I understand what you're saying, but know where
Get
the
fucked.
wall is. Just know where the wall is, guy. Stop looking at where you think the
Excuse
wall
me,
shouldn't
sir.
be, and look
Do
where the wall is.
Do you know where the gardener is?
The man just does. He just points like this
Which way is that?
That way.
this way,
Okay.
pointing towards her garden.
Well, because I know she tends to all of the plants in the castle, so I know that she's not necessarily always in. Oh, come on. Frozen up. There we go. Hello, hello.
As you come in an area and you see Pilaf and Amon, mostly Amon talking,
Yeah.
discussing back and forth.
Yeah. Talking to himself.
Anarian,
Come on.
pleasure to see you. Do you have any questions?
Yes, not necessarily directly related to anything we spoke about earlier, but you mentioned that you have some of the best historians and scholars in the Emerald Palace, or in the area here in the Emerald Palace.
Well, they don't work directly for me, but I do have contacts. Yes.
Yeah, you or Pilaf, I just want to know if in any of your studies you ever seen this symbol anywhere. And he takes his notebook out and makes like a quick sketch of the symbol of the organization that he is gone after, the pain with the skull, the bird skull.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Again, this is more related to a personal matter, but I've never. I mean, I've been searching for years, and I have not come across any information.
He takes a look at it, focusing long and hard on the intricacies of how the symbol is laid out, any sort of underlying messages, aka things about it that might indicate certain aspects of the organization of what or whatever you're trying to show him, all the little nuances. He looks long and hard, and he even gestures Pilaf over to come take a look. He looks at Pilaf, the bird man, gently lifts his beak, kind of twitches his head. Amon, I feel like I've seen this before, but then again, there's a weird occurrence. I remember hearing stories as a child in some of the far western lands of Commodora. they went through
rebellion.
You could call it well, I would call it a civil war, but I suppose they're
Two sides
not
of the same coin.
not mutually exclusive. And there was some iteration of this. It was maybe not a bird skull, but some sort of skull. Where did this come from?
This is the sigil of the organization that stole my home from me and branded me a traitor. They have done this to many cities, to my knowledge.
What did they
They
do?
incite.
As you
Well,
see,
they incited as I said, a rebellion.
to
and-
further an agenda, or
Well, they took both sides of it, from what I understand. A figure appeared in the city weeks before, began whispering in the ears of the leaders. Well, specifically, one leader, causing him to make decisions out of character, decisions that were not good for the rest of the city, for the people. Caused the rebellion to rise, and then when the city was at its weakest, I don't know, my memories are blurry from the night that it happened, but they took over, a very hostile takeover. Phoebes, you're fine, girl.
did they instill any sort of regulations or policies in your hometown that maybe seem to not make sense, or bring about anything that harmed the city, at which point it would be destroyed or on the verge of destruction?
I mean, the city at the moment is on the verge of breaking under poverty, but no, I can't say that. As far as physical destruction, I was there weeks ago, and I didn't notice anything. Again, nothing that I would think would destroy the city, other than their stupid actions, potentially inciting another. I wouldn't say inciting another rebellion. They're very powerful, but no, I don't think that I noticed anything that would cause the destruction of the city per se.
This figure that you spoke of, can you describe them at all?
They were very shadowy and reclusive. They stood by this leader's ear, and as I said, whispered. It seemed almost as if he more or less had control of him.
See Amon immediately start
But he is-
to rush back into his quarters. Give me one moment. See him kind of
Go down.
throw some papers around.
I'm still here. I just gotta feed the dog.
He comes back a few moments later. I can't find anything on it now, but throughout Hrathen, there have been reports in the last few decades or so of governments being overthrown, or at the very least attempted, through means not too dissimilar to what you're describing. Individuals that penetrate the walls of the government and are seen with aids. Members higher up,
Yes.
policies that take into effect that nobody seems to know why, and they can't trace votes back. I could give you a name. I can give you a couple names, actually, of several cities/towns that this is happening to, or has happened to, if that might ease your mind a little bit to do some investigating on your own. But
It would aid me greatly.
As for what exactly is going on, there is several investigations that are currently ongoing that I don't know if I have the liberties to speak about, but I can at least give you the names, I think, as he turns to Pilaf, and Pilaf is showing no signs of body language indicating that he's saying stuff that he shouldn't be. Iman quietly goes back into his quarters.
Okay.
As he looks, Raptor, you meet
Yes.
Regalia in the garden, who is tending to a specific plant in one of the far corners. Yes, Iljor, what can I do for you?
Am I familiar with the plant? Can I do a nature check or something?
Sure, do a nature check. Rapping that ones, dude. Peanut butter and jelly.
This is my first roll in like a month,
Yeah.
and it's a net one.
You see you're tending to some of the lily pads on the small pond that you're looking at. You're not quite sure exactly.
No fucking clue what they are.
The water appears to be still, though the lily pads are moving ever so slightly. But that's all you know.
I'm not familiar with this species of. It looks like lily pads to me. What are they?
Way to circumnavigate the roll, you bastard.
You literally told me that they were lily pads.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I was trying to spark up a conversation with her, Ryan.
I know.
That's the
I just
whole
fuck
point.
with you, dude. I know. She says these lily pads are a sort of an in-between state, much like fungi, where they're plant but also somewhat animal. They float on the water, and as you can see, she points under the lily pad. You see what look like roots that are about 5 to 6 inches in length, kind of slowly moving like feelers.
So it's kind of like a jellyfish.
Kinda.
Okay.
These lily pads float along the water and wait for something to swim in its feelers, looking like any sort of normal lily pad and acting much like a sort of Venus flytrap or jellyfish, grasps the creature and liquefies it. It's very
Oh.
interesting, actually.
I suppose that they would keep the water very clean of any type of, parasitic organisms as well. Are mosquitoes a thing in this world, Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah, like mosquito larvae or something along those lines.
Well, unfortunately for the lily pad, its one vulnerability is the top, which, I mean, to any sort of
Oh, I see.
layman, would just appear to be a normal lily pad. So, it's got that going for it, I guess.
It seems innocuous. Well, I was really wondering if you'd had an opportunity to think on what we had spoken about last time, as far as any magical plants that may be of assistance to me and my friend.
With the time that has passed, I have done some thinking, and I'm currently in development of a sort of extraction from one of these plants. If you follow me, please.
Ooh. Just flies across the water. He's just that good.
You don't care, dude. This plant right here, when
Which
mixed,
one is it specifically, Ryan? I want you to point at it.
this
Okay.
right here, when extracted in liquid form, mixed with this plant, we're working on not only a more potent healing plant, but a plant that, well, we'll say a substance, a liquid substance that has the potential to bring someone to full revitalization.
Oh. So you're attempting to like crossbreed them, or do you mean more like just by mixing the substances produced by the plants together?
Yes, in a way, certain biologics of the plants themselves. It's a process that is very vast when you're working with gardens like these, and you never really know what's going to happen. Keep in mind, it is not just me that's working on this, but a team of individuals. So.
Oh, of course not. It's a heavy load to bear. I mean, I couldn't imagine, doing that all by yourself.
I don't have anything to give you today.
Okay.
But as a status update, we are working on something that is not only beneficial to you, but it could be beneficial to the people of Ankashar as a whole.
Or, I mean, the world.
Potentially.
Yeah.
It's
This could be truly revolutionary, what you're working on here.
well, maybe. The outcomes of things is still
could be
very much at the theory level, but regardless, it's something we're all excited about. This project, along with many others that we're currently working on, surely one of them is bound to change at least the limits of Ankashar.
I like that I'm getting involved in the R&D department of the Emerald Palace.
I'm surprised you didn't suggest that she put some moss in it.
Have you tried incorporating a spicy moss for added flavor?
I can't say that I have, but I'll pass that information to my team.
Iltra just gives her a big thumbs up. And then just walks through the store. Like,
Anarian.
Yes.
Amon comes back out about 30 seconds later. There's a town in Orgoth. Veloth. It's in the northern parts, in the snow. It's settled in the valley of the mountain range, just west of Quran and northwest of Radal. I can give you a map if you wish to see. It's quite a journey, but there have been reports coming out of there of this same thing happening.
Northwest of where? I'm sorry.
Northwest of Radal and west of Quran. It's in the northern parts of Orgoth.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I mean, if that would I would appreciate it very much so.
There has been one other report, in that, well, I should say many reports that all kind of funnel down to one area of the world. Whatever had happened, I can't say that what you're experiencing or what you have experienced has any sort of connection. But there have been several establishments in the colony of Gamara LaCroix, in the eastern part of the world. Now, for your guys' knowledge, because I don't think you've seen that part of the map, the colony of Gamara LaCroix is a large, basically, it could almost be like a small country in Hrathen that has shut off its walls and has had no contact with the outside world for many, many centuries.
They just fucking locked themselves down.
Yes, they locked themselves down, and
They're just moving in their lane.
yeah, they're essentially the North Koreans of the world, not in attitude, but in premise.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
How do you spell that town? You said the colony of what?
Gamara LaCroix. It's not a town. This is like
Yeah.
a large chunk of it's a large chunk of the world. It's just below Hiroto, on one of the peninsulas, but it's the colony of Gamara LaCroix. It's GAMARALACROIX.
Of course. LaCroix.
Are they famed for their flavored carbonated drinks?
No, they're French.
Oh,
Well, I don't know that I'll ever gain access there, but um, it helps me at least have some leads on, uh, well, getting closer to the people that did this and getting closer to freeing my city.
The people of the colony aren't very smart. We're not quite sure exactly how their governments work, but and keep in mind this could just be a rumor, but there are plenty of people that have said that they've infiltrated the colony and made it out. Whether the truth to those claims are valid or sound or not, or for debate, but proceed with caution nonetheless.
Of course. I mean, this means a lot. This is the most I've learned in, what, 8 years now?
If there's any other information that I can pass down to you, let me check with my team and those who might know a little bit more information about other ongoing scenarios. And if I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Let them know that my only intention is to aid.
Very well.
Thank you.
Now, Pilaf, as we were discussing, as you can hear the conversation trail off,
Mhm.
If nobody has any closing remarks, I will fast forward the timeline.
I do.
Okay, yes.
So Sylvia's gone to her room
Okay.
and set up a cold bath and is
Rub
just
your head in a bucket.
just sitting in
sir.
there, continuing to read her book on her beginner's guide to like Barahasian. And I'll say she's been doing that in basically whatever downtime. Whenever she's got extra time, she'll be reading out of that
Mm-hmm.
because she wants to learn that language. And once she's done with her studies, she's gonna start a prayer to Persona. And she's gonna ask, once she submerges herself fully, Persona, great father of all Tritons, what is the significance of the heart of the sea, and can you tell me what it can do?
As the rush of water kind of flows over you, speaking to your deity on the same sort of level playing field in water as opposed to land. Your thoughts, almost as if the water is kind of rushing through one ear in your body and then out the other ear. This sort of one with the water type feeling. You hear a voice in the back of your mind. My child, all will be explained and be made aware. Give it time. Trust your people. With the hearts of the sea combined, you shall defeat your greatest enemy. The connection's still very much there.
I'm beginning to have my doubts about I don't doubt your words, but I'm just frustrated that I don't know any specifics. And nobody in Vriol has told me more than I already knew about this artifact. I don't feel like I've learned anything new in...
The hearts of the sea contain the essence, the plane of water. When arranged, create a sort of field of vulnerability. That is the word I want you to remember. As the connection
Thank you.
is severed.
Sylvia's just going to write down in her journal what she's heard and just reflect on it. That's what she'll do with the rest of her night, basically.
Arosi is gonna take an irregular trip to the library, in search of a book about any omens.
Omens?
Omens, more or less, basic signs of divination for anything that is to come. Not being the bookie type, he's gonna have a stack of books going through, looking through pictures, or looking for pictures anyway.
You looking for like general omens or like
General omens, more or less. Let me think here. I'm imagining like comets, signs for potential war, or not necessarily four horsemen of the apocalypse type stuff. Let's go with four horsemen of the apocalypse type stuff. Let's go with the big stuff, sure.
Okay.
The coincidences are disturbing to say the least.
Incoming imminent doom, basically.
Yes.
That's what Basic's looking for.
Okay. Now are you looking for information that might sort of lead you in the direction of thinking you might have seen one of these things before?
Yes. Let me see here. As well as to familiarize with anything that may be of yet to come.
Okay. Give me a second to think here.
How do you move your character without it locking to a square again?
Hold down shift as
shift?
you pick it up.
Click and drag, and
Yeah.
then you hold shift. Once you let go,
Yeah.
it'll
I
put
see,
it
I
in
see.
these
There
Why
we
am
go.
I gliding
That's
with
kind
the
of what I
wall?
was wanting to do, but I didn't say anything.
The fate that is gathering around our characters is immense. And to say that there's anything to come of this is definitely troublesome.
Larosi, taking a look into various parts of the library here, having the place to yourself, And we'll go ahead and transition this scene tonight. If everybody could start making their way to the underground portion of the palace.
Is that where our rooms are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there. I'm in my room right now.
Okay.
I'm in a
Same.
room. I think it's my room. I hope I don't walk into the bathroom and Sylvia's in there.
No, I'm in a different room.
Okay.
I actually checked.
Okay.
I saw your character.
How about everybody just walks in and on each other in the same room?
Yeah.
Searching for omens in various cultures. You, in your travels, you don't believe, based on the information you're reading, that you've actually seen one of them. But there are stories of, like you previously mentioned, comets or certain really mundane superstitions, such as, like hair loss, even to the weird extremes, being some sort of omen. It's hard to differentiate those which you deem to be silly and those which you deem to may have some purpose. An occurrence that would be highly irregular. Oh, this is sort of my viewpoint that I think Orosi as a character might take.
Mm-hmm.
Any occurrences that may seem divine or so improbable that they manifest could be some established contact between the person who's viewing said occurrence and maybe a higher power. For example, to lean back on the comet scenario, seeing something flash in the sky that probably not people of this age know an explanation for, might be seen as an omen. Whether that be good or bad is kind of subjective. In some cultures it could be good, in some cultures it could be bad. However, the sort of mantra that you see upon reading within these old books is that the killer of oneself isn't the impending doom or the potential impending doom. It's the worriness that puts that individual in a spot to wish to seek omens or believe that they're seeing an omen. So in a way, it's sort of trying to be self-helpful in saying that these things, which may or may not be actual omens, occur. And this varies author to author, depending on what book you pick up. Could be super subjective to the point where it very more than likely means nothing. But all that information that you've read about in the 20, 30, 45 minutes, however long you stay in there, is for you to decide. But I can say based on the omens that you've read in various cultures that nothing has popped up that you believe you have seen before in your travels. So you have that.
All right.
As we have fast forwarded a couple days to the night, if everybody can make their way to the Senate's chambers in the middle of the room, I can direct you to where you will be going.
Yo, Georgia sat unmoving on that bench for multiple days straight.
He hit that wait button in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Just a brain int.
Guys, if you could follow me up here, there's a staircase over here as you see Carlisle calling out from the balcony.
That's the wrong way.
How the fuck do we
That's
get up
not
to
the
the
wrong way.
balcony?
Over here, over here.
Over here.
Ah, I see.
Oh, we're going back here.
Or else he just sprinted in the other direction.
This is a pretty small room for all of us.
Lord Pharaoh.
Sir,
I've heard some things. I need it from your mouths to know if it's true. Tell me what happened.
We went on the mission as you directed. Spoke to your man, deputy or sergeant, whatever his name was. Found out what he knew. We found a child that had, well, let's just say he'd undergone what you described and what the captain described to us. He'd been kidnapped and reappeared. We managed to get to him before the madness took over. Through speaking with him and other information that was collected, we found 2 locations. 2 separate. It was 2 different smiths, right? Like 2 different
Yeah,
smithies.
blacksmiths.
There-
Yep.
Yeah.
there's-
2 separate blacksmiths. The captain and his men went to one, and us 4 went to the other, which led underground to a deep cavern where dozens of cultists stood performing a ritual for what turned out to be, to some capacity, a dragon. And we slew every one of them. And after which, are the notes in the
They're
bag
in-
of holding?
I would say that they would have been.
Yeah, but I mean, you could find them under the journal.
I don't necessarily
but I
need to
mean,
look
like,
at them.
like for
I
the
meant like
concept of giving it to
I'm
Lord
going
Pharaoh.
to pull
yeah.
them out of the bag of holding.
Any
I just didn't know if
notes-
somebody had them.
Any notes that I give to you guys are just going to be there. They're going to be on your
We'll
person
just
at all
assume.
times.
Okay, we'll just assume they're in the bag of holding,
Yeah.
and we end up collecting them there. So I will reach into the bag of holding and pull out all of the notes and documents that we got from that room.
Yeah, even
And
if you
I
guys
will-
lose a bag of holding, if you guys lose the notes, like, you'll never lose the knowledge. I'll never be like, oh, you forgot the note, you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're always there.
Well, like I said, I just want it for context to hand to him so
Right.
he can see them as well.
Right.
But yeah, so I will pull them out and I'll say where we found these documents, of which tie back to, and I pull the one out with the amulets on them, and I point to the specific amulet that we were in possession of at one point. All of it points back to, well, at least our direct connection is this amulet, which we tried to destroy and failed at that, and settled on giving it to the Arcana Guild, which
What
may not have.
what was said at this meeting? I mean, specifics. Was there any sort of indication that they were going to try to
They
take over the
said
city
an
or
age,
something?
a new age, is upon us. Something along those lines.
Yeah, a new age.
A new age, a new coming of. Something is changing. The world, they they want the world to be changing. They want
Yes,
something
yes.
to change.
No shit. As you can see this visible anger as he kind of walks around to the other side of the table. This now transcends Ankashar.
That's exactly what I said.
This is a much bigger task than I alone can handle, and now the answer to one mystery is now opened up another. Now, I apologize for raising my voice. I owe you, all of you, an immense thank you. Not from myself, but from the people of Ankashar as well. As you've done your due diligence. It just raises more questions in my eyes, and if I don't have an answer for my people, then what good am I to my own people? And I understand you're not here to provide those answers.
No, but I can provide my aid to find those answers. I already told your man that you sent us to speak to that he will have my blade. Or, well, I told him that we would be strong enough to take care of whatever this is. At the beginning of our adventure, I was prepared to save a city, but now it seems that I must be prepared to help save the world. To some extent.
Y'all must be.
And I can't say for sure that the rest of them will follow me, but I can say fairly confidently that we are in this together.
After, like, as he's finishing that sentence, I just like rest my hand on his shoulder next to me.
And enough of all this talk of coming together. I should have led this conversation with what you all came here for. I'm just getting a little too heated on what's going around in my own city. And let's deal with...
What is the issues with your city? What is going on?
In terms of the missing individuals?
Not just that. I mean, there's this. I don't know. There's so much more to this than we thought originally.
Well, on the bright side, it doesn't seem like it's condensed down to just Ankashar that this is happening in other parts of the world, so maybe I can connect with additional leaders. Come together. Have a meet at, have a get-together, in Caldera. Provide some sort of indication, sort of convene on the matters going on in the world right now.
Once upon a time, ages ago, this very cults tore apart my clan. This is going to involve a lot of people.
Hey,
Can you guess how much the cult has spread?
I would say that it's fairly likely that they've spread at least through Commodora, though I don't think they have a good hold in one particular area. I feel like they're very sparsed out. I feel like at this moment they're weak. They need to come together. Without divulging too much of world relations, there's not been very many reports of unknown cults prodding the streets of City X and City Y.
Can
who
we move on to the subject of the Heart of the Sea?
Of course. He kind of circumnavigates the table. He reaches under it and produces this sort of medium-sized chest and plops it up on the table. This artifact was carefully brought in here several hours ago upon my request, as I knew this occurrence was happening. Now, I know I do not have a say following this meeting on what happens to this artifact. I can only advise. And I highly advise you let our men return it to wherever you would like. It will be guarded. There will be a convoy. Take that information as you will. As he opens the chest, and you see, as the lid opens into the dark recesses of the chest, you see this sort of pearlescent blue light sort of slowly swirling and moving around as a light is casted from within. Lord
It
Fair Isle.
is safe to touch, correct?
Yes. As far as I'm aware. As he takes it and he picks it up.
And he fucking explodes.
Nuke.
Deletes half the city.
This artifact is about the size of, it's a cube, and it's
Okay.
probably each side is about 2 feet in length, so it's pretty it's decent size. This artifact is picture a glass cube that you can see through, like a glass cube. Within this cube is a sphere, and that sphere houses this sort of swirly, pearlescent, very pure blue essence. This essence that this artifact contains is what you recognize as waters from the plane of water, with very specific properties.
The way you're describing it, Ryan, it reminds me of like the liquor that they sell. Was it Mystique? That has like the metallic powder in it, and as you like swirl the bottle, you can see the metallic like
I'll have to look it
glittering
up.
pieces flowing around.
I'll have to look it up and let you know if they look alike. But this sort of thin glass cube that houses this thing is still very much part of the artifact. But there's no markings, no etchings. And along the corners, essentially, not the sides, but the trim of the cube, essentially,
Yeah.
is that of what looks like it's gold, essentially, plated along sort of the edges and stuff. It's very pretty, but seemingly also looking a little bit fragile.
That's when shiny rock.
Do you know if any of the other parts of the Heart of the Sea look like this?
Konorak actually steps forward. To the best of our knowledge, this is 100% one of the Hearts of the Sea, and is very similar to the one we found in Bernadette. So I think under our impressions, as he looks at Jasper, they all are pretty much identical.
Got it.
Lord Farrell speaks up. Our business here, as you guys have done a great deal of service to me, I can't let you leave with just this. This is an artifact that, in our good nature here at the Emerald Palace, we took under our wing for security reasons. You had stumbled in, requesting it, and I had a job for you. And you did it under full faith, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I can't just fork this over and let you leave. There needs to be something else. You've done a great deal of service to myself, the Emerald Palace, and Akashar for you to just leave with a race heirloom. So, a reward is an order. Something I'm coming up with my team, and before you leave, it will be with you.
Oh, are you speaking about with the Madam in the Gardens with you?
I don't know what you have been discussing with Regalia, but I can ask her.
We've just been speaking about some topics recently, and I was wondering if that's what you had been referencing.
This compensation is more goes beyond financial reward. Again, I will have all the details when you leave, but I just wanted to make that known. Now, Sylvia Tritons. How do you want to go about getting this out of Ankashar?
Well, you said, I don't know what Konorak and Jasper have in mind, but you said you have people who can escort this safely?
Jesper comes up. We can also have somebody from Riol, or from other parts, other Triton cities down south, come and pick this up. Or at least call for aid, and have a team go back with it. I think a convoy of people from Commodora escorting this thing. If anybody has any sort of indication that this is leaving the palace, we'll be looking for said convoy. I think we keep this under the radar. We fly low.
I agree. I think a convoy, while it sounds good in theory, putting that much guards on something just makes it a target.
You need to make it as indistinct as possible.
Yeah, I know I'm not a Triton and I can't speak for your matters, but
If the goal is for it not to be taken notice of, we need to, I don't know, not even a merchant. It needs to be
like Konorak
someone-
said, a small team.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Just- and it shouldn't even be Tritons. I don't even think it should be Tritons because that makes it even more suspicious.
Have either of you spent time in Vriol?
Are you speaking to the two Tritons?
Trenzia.
They sort of look at each other. We went when we were young, but not in quite some time.
I'm not entirely sure how much the leaders there know about the Heart of the Sea, but I know they are just rulers and uncorrupt. I think Vriol would be a good place for the Heart of the Sea to go. It is a major city, and I doubt Zolkazek has any plans to attack that city very soon.
This is for Yol here in Commodora.
Vriol is off the coast.
Rio is to the north.
Was that it?
It's off the coast of either Beercrest or Caldera. I don't know. I'd have to look at a map.
Caldera.
But it's in the waters off of, I think it's Caldera.
Yeah.
It's like the horn of one of them, isn't it? It's like really far north, isn't it?
No.
It's off of it's like right near Morin's Pass. Yeah, it's off of Caldera. It's not as high as one of the horns.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Morn's Pass. It was sort of in this area over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're kind of right. Rap was like the horn of Beercrest, kind of ish. But Lord Fair Isle, as this conversation is kind of dwelling into more specifics, Tritons, I will leave you with my team. You come up with a plan, and we shall fulfill it. Whatever you'd like. This is in your hands now. Are there any other matters? Any other requests? Any unanswered questions Anything I can do before we adjourn?
No, not that I can really think of.
Again, to you Tritons, what do you know of the Heart of the Sea?
Jesper kind of comes over, Konorak following closely behind him. Konorak comes up to you. I believe those matters are for discussion outside of the Lord's chambers.
I believe so as well. Yes.
He
We'll
turns
be right
around.
back.
He turns around, Lord Fair Isle. Does a graceful sort of whatever the sort of customs and traditions in Triton culture would be. Whether they just be a handshake, sort of a slight bow, a nod, whatever. Gives him a sort of look of respect as Jasper and Konorak leave. Konorak giving you sort of like a glance as if we'll talk.
Yeah.
I'll return in a minute.
Lord Fair Isle. Well, if that answers everybody's questions, thank you all. Enjoy your night in the Emerald Palace. Oh, and I believe Pilaf has something for you all. He goes around, shakes your hand in Arian.
Absolutely.
Miljor
Thank you, Lord.
comes up to the Dragonborn. Dragonborn. Your party here is exalted in Alcashar. You all have done a great deal of service. In addition to the reward I was talking about earlier, we've developed something for you. Well, not specifically for you, but something for you to utilize in your travels.
Oh.
Hopefully you can bring the same essence to other places as you've done to Alcashar.
I'm eager to see.
Gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind, please close the door on your way out.
Hey guys.
Fish folk having their fish folk meeting.
Carlisle comes up to Sylvia and the rest of the Tritons. If there's anything I can do to help, you can always let me know. I know this is kind of doesn't need to be said, but we're at a time where things aren't just talks.
Right.
I'm going to return to my quarters. Just let me know if you need anything.
I will. So, let me just
I think
close
I
these
shall-
doors.
I shall leave you guys to your discussion. It is not really of my business. I, though, would recommend doing it in perhaps. I know Carlisle's the office that Carlisle was utilizing.
It's actually
More private than waiting
probably
in a hallway.
important for you to know as well, because we are all traveling together, and if you guys are going to help me with dealing with the forces of Zolkazak and...
Yes, if it is okay, I would rather like to know what the plan is.
Yeah.
But
and-
I do suggest that we go to the office that Carlisle was using,
That's fair.
as
Should
opposed to sitting in a
probably
hallway.
some-
Here, I will move, actually. The office that Carlisle was using. Oh, I
It's
think...
this one.
Yeah, hold on. I got you. I got you. I should be able to do that, right? Hold on.
You teleported us inside the walls.
I know. I'll fix it. Don't worry.
It's quite dark in here.
Hold on. Fire.
Mm. Mm.
Try to get y'all there fast.
Quick travel. There's like enough seating for all of us and everything.
I've recently divined some possibly new information about the Heart of the Sea, but I would like you guys to go first if you're willing. If you know anything about the Hearts of the Sea. The Heart.
Konorak speaks up. Now, while I understand you all are here as a group rather than an individual, pretty much individuality does not exist here. I completely understand the travels that you guys have been on and how, and this is sort of more specific to everybody that's not Tritons. How far you've come in helping us obtain the Heart of the Sea, or one of the Hearts of the Sea, and our issues, the issues that are plaguing the Triton race, the portal to the plane of water. The Hearts of the Sea, from the information we've gathered working closely in Riol and other parts, various major cities underwater. These artifacts hold the essence to the plane of water. Now, the assumption of the individuals working to try to obtain these is we have a common enemy, Zolkizik. If we position the Hearts of the Sea around him, which his location varies within the same area, but if we can get him to siege a city, or if we can find out his location, we take the Hearts of the Sea, encircle his and his army, activate them, and produce a field that will make him and his army vulnerable, without protection of the magics underwater.
Well, that is what Persona has said.
It will not work unless we have all of them. This is a failsafe put in place to when the portal first opened. It was a way of... a means to fight the evils that could travel through the portal. As fighting certain evils in these waters is vastly different than fighting them in the waters of the plane of water.
Wait. What do you know of Zolkizek?
If you ask me,
Yeah,
he's not from this plane at all.
right.
I don't know how he got through the portal, or if there's multiple portals, or if he was brought at some point in his infancy. I mean, I don't know much about Krakens as he turns to Jasper, and Jasper's just like, I couldn't tell you the first thing. Whatever the means may be, his structure, that of a Kraken, is vastly different than what everybody else seems to know here.
I've seen him with my own eyes. If you've heard of it, he's destroyed a village called Shekshai. That's where I was born and raised, and the battle lasted... it must have been under a minute. The way that Kraken moved and fought was... it was unlike any creature I've ever seen, and was I'm still horrified. Sometimes I can see him in my dreams and I feel like he's watching. He's larger than anything I've read in books about krakens. I feel like he's a different kind. And yes, I'd have to agree, it's quite likely he came directly from the plane of water somehow. Is the portal growing unstable?
There have been issues plaguing the portal. We've heard stories, but it's been so long since we've been up north. It's all speculation where we're from. I mean, we're not at the hands of anybody that would know that information, nor has it been disseminated to us.
It feels like information about the plane of water and about this kraken and krakens in general is very vague, and I've never found anyone who I feel like really knows. Is there anyone I can turn to who might know? Is there some city in close proximity to the plane of water where scholars would know anything?
You could try our city. Was our city. We moved quite some time ago, but we spent a good deal of time there in our early adulthood. Cassis. It's north of here, in the bay.
Okay.
Dorja Bay. You might be able to find some scholars that what is the word, specify in dealings of the plane of water and sea creatures. There's also, just out of character, certain major cities probably that you could probably go to if you really wanted to find information. But
Gotcha.
Jasper sort of kind of steps forward and kind of rests on the edge of the desk here. My theory is that the Hearts of the Sea, when activated, not only provide some sort of bubble over the encircling area, but turn everything within to essentially a portal to the plane of water. Now, I don't foresee us ever defeating Zolkizik in the waters of the material plane, but in the plane of water? Now that might be doable. Bring the realm to him, rather than him to the realm.
Intuitively, I'd think he'd be stronger in the planes of water, but what is your theory on that?
If he's from the plane of water, that could mean that his essence, his Kraken-like nature, could be vastly different than here in the material plane. I mean, there's legends. There are stories that those that come from different planes and find themselves in the material plane have certain properties that essentially, to one, classifies them as invincible. Now, I'm not saying Zolkizik is invincible by any means, but...
No, but you compare him to demons and things like that. You're saying he might only be able to be struck down in his native plane.
Here's the thing about the plane of water. When the portal opened, It was an unprecedented event for not only my people, but all the individuals within, including the monstrosities. Things were spilling over into a world unknown. It's just a vastly different experience. I'm not saying that he is strong in the material plane to the point of undefeatable. But if we introduce elements of the plane of water, it could bring him to a form that is more akin to what a regular kraken would be in the material plane. I mean, after all, that's sort of why we believe these artifacts were forged. They did a very good job at holding off the portal for very quickly after it had erupted. The governments of the world were very forthcoming in information and how to deal with everything. And at that time, nothing had came through that we wouldn't want it to. But obviously it has. This is our one shot.
Right. So I'm sure there's plenty of people, especially in the major cities, who are finding ways to get the Hearts of the Sea together. Are there specific paths we should take, routes that would allow us to collect the Hearts of the Sea in an efficient manner?
As far as we're aware, the Triton people have sent out small groups of individuals to the governments that currently hold them. They are in talks. We don't know what they are discussing. We don't know if it's a matter like this, where the government has it, and through various generations, they don't want to give it up for any particular reason, or they want to give it up under certain circumstances. That's something you might be able to discuss in Cassis. Or riding back to Riol with your people that you've been working with.
Yeah, I suppose we'll have to get into a bit of a political discourse over these.
Potentially. But it is getting late. I'm sorry, we'll have to adjourn for the evening.
Thank you for the information. And yeah, I actually don't have anything extra about the Hearts of the Sea that you don't already know. I wish I did.
What is the plan going forward with the actual artifact? What do we want to do?
So, what I'm thinking is that we need to get the hearts collected in whichever place Zolkazak is most likely to attack next.
Well,
At
I
least
mean
once we
out of
have them all,
Ankashar,
right?
the one that we are currently in possession.
Oh, right.
Because if we get it into the bay, into Dorja Bay, or if we get it into the water, it's safe.
Right.
Is it safe if in the water? What if the Kraken... I mean, what if he hunts for it?
Well, there's a landmass between here and where Zolkazak is at.
This is true.
Do the oceans not all connect?
If Zolkazak were to go around the whole continent, that...
I mean, it's safe from individuals on land. Sure, it's vulnerable anywhere it is, but I suppose keeping it on land wouldn't be the worst idea, but then that comes with the logistics in and of itself. But just getting it out of Ankashar, I like the Furbolg's idea, at least I believe it was the Furbolg's idea, of not having Tritons take it.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
any Tritons being involved, even a single Triton, is far too suspicious in this area.
Another option is that we put it in the bag of holding that we have. If it be pushed
If
in
nobody-
there,
If nobody
I
but
don't think we can we?
It is slightly large for the
Right.
bag of holding.
well,
Unless we get a specially designed bag for this. Do they make chests of holding?
Really, I think our best bet to get this taken care of would be just to have, I don't want to say just a random group of adventurers, but us hire a group of adventurers to escort, or not even escort, I guess just go somewhere with an object, like a delivery. Like, they don't know what the thing is, just deliver this thing to this person.
I'm really not
At
so
this
sure I
city.
like that idea, though. I feel like it's gotta be someone trusted, who we know won't just
well, we could have
take it.
Lord Fair gather some of his closest and best men, his most trusted men. None of them are bound to be Triton.
Yeah.
And he's been, I mean, aside from when it was lost before, he's been rather trustworthy in keeping it safe, I
So-
assume.
Sylvia, you have matters that you need to attend to. Let Jasper and I figure out what to do with the Heart of the Sea. We will make sure it gets back to the Triton people in one
Okay.
piece.
Honestly, the less people that know about what is going on with it is probably the best for it.
Best. Yeah.
Agreed.
I
Indeed.
concur.
Where will you go now?
We're gonna return to our rooms, but we'll speak with Lord Fair Isle's team. Come up with a plan by tomorrow morning. We'll let you know.
I mean, after you leave Ankashar, are you leaving?
We'll be going back to wherever we see fit in Dorje Bay, perhaps our city, perhaps Cassis, to send word about what had happened here. And then from there, we don't know.
Well, I would like to go to Cassis at some point, so I may see you there. But it was a pleasure working with you.
Likewise. Him and Jasper kind of say that in sync
Mm-hmm.
as they make their way out.
Now, what?
Aaron goes, closes the door.
What is our game plan now? I know.
I don't- Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
I know
like,
Amon.
Ryan, if you could
talked-
pull us, I think pulling us out to the main map
Oh, the quest
at
map.
this time might be
Yeah.
a good idea.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I do have a suggestion, but I wanted to hear what Sylvia had to say.
But we can still talk. I'm just saying, like, pulling up the quest map here
would
is
be good.
probably.
I know Amon talked about going to Mount Redursk or Gilgor.
He did,
And
which I think are decent enough ideas.
yeah, honestly,
However-
I'm not very knowledgeable on either. I should have asked about that. I guess I have an opportunity tomorrow.
I have yet. Go ahead, Iljor.
I only have like I wish we could at least check in the forest fires that are going on the south of the country or continent, really. I guess they've been raging for quite some time, and
The south of the Willumdale continent we're currently on.
yes, it is quite
To the
some
south
ways.
here.
I understand.
Well,
but
you mentioned heading to the south. I was going to request that while we're in Commodora, we see we make a travel to Matura. That is to the southwest.
Mm.
There's somebody there that I would very much like to see. I haven't divulged my entire plan on how I want to save my city to you all, have I?
No,
No,
I don't
you
believe
really have
so.
not talked about it very much at all. I've got
Well,
to be honest.
to be fair, the last time we were there, I had a little bit more on my mind due to my capture and
Oh, I'm
everything that happened.
I'm not begrudging you at all.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Iljor. That being said, my plan is to unite the former forces and allies of Starstrider Hold that were run out when the current people in charge took over. That includes the 2 elvish houses that ran alongside House Starstrider, as well as any survivors from the rebellion, including my close friends. And one of those individuals, the leader of House Illithor, I've heard word of him staying in Matura, or having a home in Matura, or fleeing to Matura after what happened. My idea is that if I can gather all of these forces, then potentially I could rally a force strong enough to take back Starstrider Hold.
With the times that
And
are
this
ahead
is
of
the first
us,
step.
having more friends, more allies.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, Erosi. Gathering these forces would not only benefit me taking back my home, but if I can
Is the
take back
map
my
loaded
home
for you
with
guys?
these... No, it hasn't.
Okay.
But not
I've
only
loaded.
gathering these men and these soldiers to take back my home, it would mean a lot to me there, but gathering that
With
many...
these events that have happened as of late with this cult, part of my intentions was to rally some of the latent Dragonborn clans of this continent, but
And I would be able to rally these men to that cause as well, should we succeed in taking back Starstrider Hold.
yes. This may be bigger than either one of us can handle separately,
Exactly.
but together.
Gotta do the little fusion thing.
I have unveiled Orgoth due to the significance of the town I spoke of, Valolf, and because Amon would have shown you on a map exactly.
Mhm.
Get Maggie.
And I'm
Yeah.
going... yeah. I'm still loading too. I can't get it to actually go all the way. It gets
That's why
98% and it just sits here.
Yeah.
It's a chonky map.
I reloaded.
It takes
I
its
did
time.
too. Oh, there it goes.
See, all I had to do was talk shit about it, Nick.
You did.
If you insult
Hey, map,
The
you
internet.
fucking suck.
But yes, to the southwest.
Don't talk shit about my map, dude.
the map's great.
Kick your
Fuck
ass,
you,
dude.
Rap.
I'm trying to get the map to load, Ryan.
Well, fix your internet, dude. You get kilobytes coming in.
Microbytes, bro.
Nibbles.
Just
Not even
just
bytes.
There are just bytes.
Bits.
Yep.
A single zero. A single one.
Guy has that kilobit Ethernet.
Yeah, so the biggest thing is to kind of deciding what the steps are going forward now. There's a little bit more.
Yeah,
But-
as I said, I would greatly appreciate, before we leave Commodora, heading to Matura. As I said, it could
That sounds fine.
not only could I take back my city, but I could utilize these people and have them assist in helping Erosi with his tasks and helping you, Sylvia. I don't know how we can get an army of air-breathing individuals to go under the sea, but if we can figure it out, I will dedicate as many people as I can to your cause.
This
Well, hey,
actually,
they can help us put the forest fires out too.
this actually, what is about to happen may change what you guys want to do. So actually, let's hold off on figuring out what the next step
Okay.
is for the party. Returning to, and I'll leave the world map up so nobody has to reload.
Thank God. I'm still not loaded.
Thanks, Jod.
Returning to your quarters for the night, you awaken on the 6th day following the incident in the caverns under Ankashar.
Hey, stop that.
You head to Pilaf's library. The Tritons have left. Carlisle has indicated that he's going to spend a few extra days there under work regarding a personal matter with his business. Going to Pilaf, he is accompanied by Amon and
Freaking map, goddammit.
and Mythalek, the Dragonborn.
Mixelpidalic.
The it is unveiled to you guys that the Emerald Palace, along with various other governments in the world, they have a pact, essentially. And they have this transportation system
We got
Or-
fast travel unlocked.
for certain organizations and for certain political manners, and sometimes for personal use for a very select few people in Hrathen. Your fingerprints.
What
What are you doing?
It's us. I'm saying it's us, motherfucker.
No, this is
We got
Pilaf
the
speaking to
fingerprints.
fucking the Tritons. You guys left.
Yeah, we've just been kicked out.
Yeah. Your fingerprints have been scanned into a system. And there is a select place that was kind of kept hidden. I need to work out the details of exactly how this works, but for the means of this session, you guys have the capability to travel to any major city through this connection line. Any major city in the world, besides the capital cities in Durakai and Orgoth. For the moment, they're working on peaceful matters with their countries. That could create problems if you get people going from Durakai to Orgoth back and forth with the matters they've got going on in that part of the world. But you guys have the capabilities now of, as long as you're within certain place, like for instance the Emerald Palace in Ankashar, that is the only place where you could leave the city through this system. And so just bear that in mind when you guys figure out what you guys want to do next, that you can travel to the capital city of any country
If
besides
I could
Durakai and
pull
Orgoth.
open the map, that'd be great.
Did you already refresh or reconnect?
Yep.
Or whatever?
You should have just your own little copy of this.
That's a
To look
great
at?
idea.
Ryan, I need you to 3D print me a copy of the map.
Is it not in maps and
What do you mean
handouts?
3D print?
Yeah, I don't know what you're
paper.
talking about.
If I
It's a
try,
2D image.
if I try to open the map image that's in the handouts, I'll just be stuck waiting for that to load, because that's
Well,
still even a big image.
Well, how about you get yourself the actual image itself on your pooter?
Yeah, download it. Then you don't have to load it.
Don't we actually have it in somewhere in Discord as well?
Yeah, but the one at
No, it's
Discord
too
big
doesn't
for
have
Discord.
Oh my god, it loaded.
There you go.
Jesus. Okay. So yeah, the Pandan wildfires. It doesn't look like. Oh, the Pongan opened fire. I thought that they were like further down this way, Ryan. I don't remember it being so far.
Nope, they're right there.
Oh.
Yeah, right there. Prior to leaving, though, there is a financial reward of 500 gold.
God damn!
Split or to each?
As a lump, not
As a lump.
not each.
Damn.
Okay, so what is
So
that?
125.
Yeah.
125 apiece.
Oh shit, I had 103. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it may be each. Hold on, let me see what I wrote down.
Are we balling?
Sorry, it's not 500 each. It's 425 each.
425
each, okay.
Okay.
Jesus.
My numbers were wrong.
528. Nice. Okay.
Doctor, big number.
Guys, if we gather our money together, we might be able to buy a half decent magical item.
True.
I think at this point, we could probably barely afford a suit of full plate.
Yeah.
We're gonna put a Rossi in a tin can and launch him at something.
Yeah, dude. It was
We're
covered
going
in
to put
spice.
a Rossi in
Artillery.
a tin can made out of the heaviest metal we can find.
Adamantine.
I thought
And we're gonna
adamantine was really light.
No, that's mithril.
Yeah, Mithril's light. Adamantine is unbreakable.
Yes.
You can't crit against it, can you?
No, you also can't damage it.
Put a glider on his back, stick him in a tin can, launch him.
If you the
Why
glider,
don't you just
you're
become
gonna,
a real dragon and grow wings, bud?
Look, I could dream, buddy. All right.
fucking brutality. Okay. Is this another country down here, Ryan?
Yes.
So we could teleport
that's
to the
the
capital
abyss.
of this country as well.
Yes.
What's the name of that city? And where is it located?
Lycione.
And where is it?
You don't know.
Somewhere.
You've never seen Yucatan before. But if you go there, I'll show you.
Okay, but
If
they don't,
it's
Is that
here.
where the fires are?
It's here.
so the fire is here.
In Yucatan?
I'm putting my arrow on it right now.
The
Show
fire is
you-
here.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking, because we can teleport from where we are here to there, and it's a much shorter distance.
Wait, is it actual like teleportation?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Oh wow.
But it's only the major cities, pretty much the capitals.
So just just capital to capital. That makes sense.
Also, why is our marker?
That's a good question. I probably haven't had the.
Migolash.
He probably hasn't updated it.
It's been a
Actually,
Just
while.
Ryan.
no, going all the way over to Ankashar. So
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had the world map up, dude. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So still, but teleporting from Ankashar to like here and then going to the Panyan
I
area
think
over here.
the
Well, we needed
fires
to
will
go
still be there
to-
if we walk. All right. I think it's about the journey, guys. Let the fire burn.
And now, where were you wanting to
The
go?
forest will still be there.
Nick?
Here.
It's here, Matura.
Yes.
It's to the southwest. Which, I mean, what was the distance to time traveled ratio again?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the thing that you don't have right in front of you right
But,
now.
no, I do. I made a post in there.
Do you?
It's been on my
Sweet.
fucking
That's awesome.
monitor for
That's awesome.
months. 8.
Been useful now.
125.
Hold on.
That's a big line attack.
Oh man.
Yeah,
God
that is
has just
that is
smoked
solidly
that entire area.
125.
It's fucking
Orbital beam
fun.
Oh shit.
You're basically,
drags across the
You're
you're
continent.
basically just cutting the Gal Kadra Desert off of the fucking continent.
The call
Most
fire.
likely that would rapidly create a river.
Each foot is an hour.
So it's 125
So,
hours.
so,
So
so,
it's like 6 days.
so,
Wait, that was all me.
so 8 hours. So
Good
every
travel.
foot is 8 hours.
Every foot's 8 hours?
No, sorry. 8 feet is 8
Every
hours.
Yeah.
So every foot is an hour.
Okay.
It's 125 feet, so it's 125 hours.
This. Why did I write this, dude? I'm stupid. I did the calculations for carriage, sailing ship, and airship. Doesn't make any sense. Just I have to recreate that.
Reorganize it.
Dude, my shit just is stupid. I don't know why
He's
I
like,
wrote this down.
it's 4 squares per day on an airship.
So there are means that are much faster, but yes, on foot, every foot is an hour.
Okay,
So I
now
mean,
my next
So
question for you, Ryan.
in any good day, you could travel 8 to 12 hours, depending on.
My
what
next
goes on.
question is, where is the capital of this country?
It's the same country.
Oh, that's also Yucatan?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
This is all one country. You have a country down here. Yeah.
Okay. So if we teleported here, that would be much closer to Pongan.
Mm-hmm.
So, is the country actually called Yucatan, or is that improvised?
No, it's actually called Yucatan.
Yutan or Yucatan?
Yucatan.
Yucatan. Outstanding. I love it.
Because I mean, we could go to Pongan, go up here, grab a boat, flip around.
why would we not go back to the
I mean,
capital and teleport back to
here
Ankashar
is what I'm thinking right now. We go all the way to Matura. We could wrap around along this side. Down here is one of the hearts of the sea, or
Good.
at least
Yeah.
possibly.
Hey,
It's
is that the
there.
Broken Quest? Oh,
And
it's
then-
not Broken Quest.
And then we wrap around to get to the Pongan
Yeah, we
Fires.
could take a boat and wrap around back to the fires. That would
Yeah.
be the most efficient way to take care of everything in this
SMH
the
efficiency.
southwestern area.
Then we don't have to backtrack for anything.
Wasn't your whole point of teleporting to that capital to get their efficiency?
Don't you put my words back in my own
That
mouth.
that would only be our fastest way to get to the Pongan Fires.
Yeah. Like I said, an Arion just wishes before we leave Commodore to make a trip there. We can take a boat, and by boat might be quicker. I know boats are faster than carriages, so we could always go to the north, and travel to what is that, Mariad,
Yeah.
and then sail around closer. Hit that river and basically go. I'm sure Matura has a dock. It's right along a riverbed. So like
True.
that's an option if we're trying to get there as quickly as possible. I understand the urgency with the forest fires, so Anarian's not going to necessarily push it. If Iljor is dead set on wanting to take care of that, he understands. Again, it's just a request. He explained, I already explained why he wants to. He went into depth of his plan. So take that as you will. I'm not going to say that we have to go any direction.
If I could be like a third party means.
Yeah, what do you have to say, God?
coming from what you guys have done in the past, you've dived a little bit into a Narian situation in Lothloren, came down to Barajas, found yourselves in Ankashar, dealing a little bit along the way with Arosi's Cult of Tiamat, the Heart of the Sea with Sylvia. Ildjor has yet to find his presence in his own journey yet.
In the second part of the campaign, at least.
That's why I'm absolutely okay with going there. I'm not trying to push it. It was just something the character was bringing up.
Yep.
So I totally understand that, separate, as far as us playing the game, Rap hasn't had a lot of exposure with his character yet. So I totally get us wanting to go that direction for that. Because we could always take the same logic, if we go and deal with that, then we could always take a boat to that Heart of the Sea part and then come back around.
That's true.
Just take an opposite route, basically. And it would do more or less the same thing,
Yeah.
take about the same time. So,
That's probably true.
again, I just brought it up so that Anarion could have that moment to kind of shed light on his goals.
Yeah, I mean, the Pongan forest fires probably have more urgency involved.
So I absolutely understand. As long as we stop by Matura at some point.
In the upcoming future.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying, oh, hey guys, let's go teleport to Thet, and let's go do all of the quests by Thet.
Oh, and lead?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's
Because
lead.
it's like, literally, we could teleport
Lead, yeah.
to the capital there.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. Again, it's just about what
to
makes.
another country, boys.
I agree. What do we know about those? Like, what has Rap brought up? Because I don't think any of our characters know about the forest fires necessarily. So as far as like in character, what does Rap have
What
to?
does Ildjor know?
Yeah, what does Rap have to say about that, or what does Ildjor have to say about that?
The forest fires, this was something that was brought to Ildjor, your attention during the hiatus over the year. In your search to try to find abnormalities within, just due
Weather.
to, weather, but in regards to like what had happened to your father, you were just searching out throughout the world, places that, like, where weird things was happening to maybe make some sort of connection or investigate. In the Pongan open forest fires, as the quest states, a string of forest fires have been started within the Pongan open in Yucatan. Locals have given descriptions of urban legends lurking in the forest, but secrets might lie deep within the trees. Travel to Yom Taro in Yucatan, speak with Armado at the Wainanan outpost. The occurrences that maybe it's not stated in the quest description, but there are a string of forest fires that keep popping up, and nobody has been able to catch them. And then there was, and I think I explained this to you a long time ago, but there were elements of the people not only thinking it was like, stuff of urban legend or whatever, but like there was a magical essence, and Ildjor felt that this magical essence, this magical presence, might be some way connected to what happened to his father. Same sort of conditions, weather conditions that were just abnormal to the region or like didn't make any sense.
Spontaneous weather occurrences. So, there you go, guys. That's what I've got.
Spontaneous forest fires?
Basically, yes.
You haven't told me much about your father.
Was he a furbolg like yourself?
Of course, yes. Our tribe, our lineage goes back rather far, actually.
Were you not furbolgs before that?
No, I mean as far as like traceable being fearbolgs.
Oh.
But he died, quite a long time ago. I can't remember. Let me look at my backstory real quick because I can't remember off the.
in my 30th year
How old
is
are you?
when, and I am 61. So it was 31 years ago.
Yeah, your dad died a lot longer before mine did.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't remember a whole lot. My dad was pretty important in our local tribe.
Dang, bro, I'm older than Iljor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm older than
Everyone's
everybody,
older than a
actually. How old
Rosie.
is Sylvia?
She's like 21.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely older. I'm the oldest motherfucker in here.
Oh God. How
I'm
old is
86 years old.
Rosie?
I'm 87 years old now.
Rosie's 24.
Something like that.
The circumstances under which he died were very abnormal, basically.
I
I
can relate.
was away from home for a druidic ritual that I needed to complete, basically.
Was your father a druid as well?
Yes, yes. He tended to like ill plants in the air, infected by, funguses and things like that that were, invasive types of things along those lines. Um, but basically, he was out tending to the forest, and just a storm just basically showed up out of nowhere. But the storm acted very odd. Um, it it thundered and lightninged, but each bolt of lightning acted almost like it was being guided by something. Each of these trees that were ill with whatever was ailing them were struck down. Just burnt to a crisp, really. Causing, coincidentally, a raging fire, actually. The only reason why my mother even survived this, because my entire village was destroyed by this fire. My mother survived because she was in a clearing in the forest, taking care of some birds that had been injured when the storm first started by the winds. And that's the only reason why she's even still alive.
I had no idea your life was filled with that much tragedy.
I really try not to think about it.
I've told you all more than I've told anyone else in my life about what's happened to me, so trust me, I understand.
But
I as
I'll
well.
maybe someday I'll take you guys to the city. Maybe someday.
By the way, if this is important to you, we'll take care of it.
Mhm.
You've all helped me immensely, but Iljor, you've been there from the beginning with me of this whole adventure.
It was just you and me at the start.
And really, you haven't asked much of us, so
You've traveled without complaint, and you've aided us the whole way.
Well, I do my best. And our whole first leg of our time together really was focused around my situation. So, it's only right for friends to help friends.
I mean that situation kind of
It branded
expanded in scope.
it branded itself upon all of us.
Yeah, but I
I
felt
think
like
it's fair that it's your call for where we head next immediately, because we can take extra time to go where we need to. If that
Is
means
it-
we get to.
the Tado then. Yes, I know.
Very well. Arosi? Thoughts?
To Yucatan we go, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're teleporting to Lucion in Yucatan, correct?
Yeah.
That is what's happening.
All right. Now.
And then we're gonna have to teleport back because someone forgot their toothbrush.
It'll be Iljor.
Bro, you know Iljor uses a Miswak stick or something.
What's that?
Yeah, only you know what that is because you're a fucking nerd.
It's a basically like a wooden toothbrush.
Oh, it's like that's what you see like tribal people using
Yeah.
to get clean their teeth all the time, right?
Yeah,
It's got like bristles at the end and.
It's called a Miswak stick.
Got it.
I'm not sure if it's a specific like species of tree, but basically it's like a soft wood, and you chew the end of it so that the little fibers of the tree become like soft bristles, and then you use it to clean your teeth.
Ooh.
There she is, Lucian.
There she is.
Oh.
I will bring.
Man, Ryan, this area is beautiful. Like just on the map.
Yeah, man. Wait till you
It's all
explore it.
green.
It is Yucatan. I'm gonna come over and make a little line.
I thought Lake Kimana
You should
Uh-huh.
make it like a dashed line because it's like
W-
teleportation or something.
was Lake Quinoa for a moment.
Yeah, that's one of the places he made. Just a lake full of quinoa.
Don't fall in. You can't swim.
Imagine all the quinoa you could ever eat, you could ever have. Infinite quinoa. But be careful, for if you slip into the fountain of quinoa, you will perish. You will drown in the quinoa.
You'll suffocate. It's not drowning.
Well, for a lake full of quinoa, it's considered drowning at that point.
Yo,
It's drowning is
if
just
you go to the
suffocating
bottom of
through
that,
water.
if you throw the bag of holding at the bottom of that lake, keep it open, we could have an infinite or near infinite source, basically lifetime source of food.
Yeah, but how do we get the bag of holding back out?
Well, we wait for it to like fully consume every bit
Yeah.
of
Assuming-
quinoa in the
You do
lake.
know that the bag of holding does not have infinite space, right?
One can dream.
How much
and
space
you
does
know
it
what?
have?
There's a lot. Yeah, it's not infinite though.
Can it fit a lake full of quinoa?
That's my
probably
question right now.
A better question yet, is this lake of quinoa fed by a spring of quinoa?
So, with that, we'll close up session, and I'll just like you guys can take a look at the map, and then I'll get something going for Lysion when you guys arrive. And
Great.
The bag of holding
Alright.
can hold up to 500 pounds, but not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet.
Yeah, so it
Oh,
can fit a
Yeah,
case.
because I'm sure every DM takes count of the exact cubic feet of the items that you've
can
got
fit-
stuffed into it.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
like you can't fit a boat
Yeah,
inside
yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
of course, within reason.
You could fit probably a small pod of quinoa in there.